Welcome everyone to the Moisky News for January 21st, 2020. Today I want to talk about the hustings that took place over the weekend. For those who don't know, as Labour is going through a leadership candidacy election, hustings is a way for all candidates in an election to address potential voters. For Labour, this would include the unions, and these are hugely important to Labour. Of the five, there was one clear winner, a very clear second place, but also a very clear loser. And it sucks to say this, but I don't believe Jessica Phillips will become leader of the Labour Party. For those who wanted 5 years of lols and really aggressive banter. Even Jess Phillips herself has said that her awful performance has pretty much dashed her leadership hopes. One of the main things she needed from this was to secure the backing of the Usdaw union. Well, the obvious and clear winner from the entire thing was Keir Starmer, who they back, which means Jess Phillips has just lost the initiative by a considerable margin. There was an article Jess wrote where she talked about how this country needs more immigration, setting up a rather interesting straw man as to the purpose of it back in the 40s to present, forgetting that many people in current year, can't believe I used that as an argument, are less interested in immigration. While she may champion diversity within her own constituency, that particular diversity and the championing of it because of an arbitrary factor such as the hue of one's epidermis is not widely accepted around the rest of the country because they don't care enough. Or for some, it took our jobs. Or, and this is also another key factor, they really don't care. In an effort to try and regain that aforementioned lost initiative, she decided to attack the conduct of the election, saying that what galls me the most is the triangulation. Surprised she knew how to say that. The lines planned to reach different parts of the membership of the Labour Party, all the while, talking about the end of factionalism. This is fundamentally dishonest. And when she tried to summarise an economic plan in 40 seconds, Jess decided to argue that it was a ridiculous farce trying to choose a political leader this way. When conceding that she performed badly, she came to the realisation afterwards in an article for The Guardian, which was originally intended to highlight her plain speaking, that during the debate with her leadership candidacy rivals, she stopped being real, and that she was trying to desperately hit 1 million different lines and messages within 40 seconds. Might I recommend not cutting it with a razor blade and soap, with her believing that some of her lines as some were other people's and they fell flat, with her also conceding that she lacks the patience to constantly, persistently regurgitate a political message over the course of 6 weeks, which is how long it takes to decide a Labour leader. Straws, sticks, and a game of poker are apparently not good enough. I think I prefer a chance dice at this point. To further prove the point that perhaps she is not meant to lead the party, she got a bit cynical towards the idea of the format of the debate, with one of the questions that everyone got asked and everyone will be asked going forward, how will you unify the party? Her response essentially is blah blah blah, because regurgitating similar messages that everyone says and she herself would have to say is too much for her. One detects the lack of patience. It is delicious. Although to somewhat unironically continue with a quote after saying blah blah blah, she said, "The real truth is you have to inspire change. You have to lead people to it. They have to believe in your intentions and want to go along with you." Why does that sound like something Tony Blair would say? I know you're anti-Corbyn, but I don't think you're a fan of Blair. Anyway, going forward, there are 2 clear candidates who are in the running. Keir Starmer, who is at the moment first, followed by Rebecca Long-Bailey, who is backed by many around Jeremy Corbyn at present, who is not taking a side. Jess Phillips, Lisa Nandy, and Emily Thornberry are trailing. and they now need to secure the support of 33 constituency Labour parties to proceed to the ballot. I wish them nothing but the best, but as I've heard bugger all from Thornbury and Nandi, it really is a two-horse race. And Keir Starmer, with the current crop of candidates and the rather poor performance of Jess Phillips, I'm very much interested to know what you think she should do going forward. Whether you think she should just pull out and support someone, because there is a chance she could end up in the shadow cabinet, which surely anyone would want to do if they want to be in office, high office especially, or do you think she should simply step away and go back to the backbenches, screeching as always? Please do let me know in the comments below.